What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I want to talk to you guys about an interview that I just seen with Floyd Money Mayweather. A lot of people say what you want. Mayweather has, his share of criticism on this channel, obviously. Of course, when we're talking about Floyd Money Mayweather. But, what he had to say about the Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, debate was very interesting. He said that Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, that fight has to happen in the UK. You know what I mean? That's really where it all started. That's where the stardom happened. That's where one of the most popular, highest paid, decorated heavyweights resided from, sparked from. You know what I'm saying? And it wouldn't really be a good idea to have it in the States, especially the first fight. Floyd is funny sometimes. Floyd will say some of the silliest shit, but then he will say something that was like, no, that really makes a lot of sense. you know. Um, and listening to that interview, it does. And let me counterpunch it on myself. Counterpunch what he's saying, break it down more thoroughly. Anthony Joshua, he's an Olympic gold medalist. Okay. That's always a plus. That's everywhere from Ali to Foreman to De La Hoya, to Roy, not even Roy, because Roy got cheated, as well as Floyd himself out of the gold. But anytime, Floyd Patterson, another guy, these guys are marketed in their career, Shakur Stevenson, right? One of the fresher names. These guys are more than likely, the platform is pretty much already set for them to become a pro. You know what I mean? Because they've already went to the pinnacle of the amateur rankings, the Olympics. You can't get any bigger than that. Okay. And Anthony Joshua achieved that, and they started him out, on a moderate progression. Then they just kind of like, hey, sink or swim. And it was a good move. It was a great move, actually, because, he was able to dethrone. But before they did that, he had to get another portion of the belt. You know, um, Martin comes over, and I believe he had his title, that his portion of the title. Joshua knocked him out in 2 rounds. And the buildup was funny about that, because Mr. King Martin, he was saying like, I'm a god, I'll walk over you, and then Joshua was just really kind of, reserved. He was reserved and knocked that guy out. No problem. Dominic Brazil, same thing. Joseph Parker, hey, and that was a chess match like fight. A lot of people didn't respect that fight because it wasn't like the Klitschko fight, or the other fights that he had a knockout, because it was the only fight that he didn't get a knockout. But he showed that he can go 12 rounds. Well, I think he showed that actually when he in the Klitschko fight, because that was a high impact fight. That wasn't a fight where those were a fight where it was a lot of punches that were thrown. Okay. So, the saga, the wars that he been through rather, at this early point of his career, merits the amount of money that he makes. You know what I'm saying? On top of all these endorsements, Under Armour and, all types. Dude, he has about 3 or 4, endorsees. He's endorsed and he gets paid by these people. Hugo Boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the guy is getting paid. You know what I'm saying? And all this happened in the UK. Okay. All these fights happen in the UK. Wembley Arena, must see Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. Forget Mandalay Bay, Caesar's Palace. No. If anything, it would probably be at the Garden. That would be acceptable for me. Or the new Texas Stadium, the Dallas Stadium that they were talking about, that can hold that many people, and it will sell. But, for Joshua, that platform is there. The fan base is there. You know what I'm saying? And these aren't American fans that we're talking about that's selling out. And it's not like Americans are coming over there and adding to that population of people that come to his fights. These are British fans, mind you. So imagine they would sell out. It would sell out so quickly. You know what I mean? That fight would sell out. So yes, Mayweather was right. It has to be in the UK. You know what I'm saying? That's just only right. You don't want to fight a fighter like that got popular in the UK to come over here and fight. You know what I mean? When that's where the platform was already set, planted, and grown. This is a full-grown tree at this point, you know? And, Deontay, and it's not his fault. It's not his fault, but he is the B-side. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter whose fault it is, right? We ain't going to go into that. He is the B side of the equation. He is the lesser known champion. You know what I mean? He had to address who he is. He can't walk. If he walks down the street, no one really knows who he is, right? And that's a fact. A lot of people don't know him. There are people getting to know him more and more, which is great. But he is not the most known heavyweight. This Anthony Joshua. So, for people like Lennox Lewis and other people saying he has to fight here, yeah, eventually he would have to come here to conquer another market, but you have to stay consistent in the market you're in, you know what I mean, to keep your base, and your market of followers and people and fans satisfied, and how, what more to do that than to have a big, huge unification fight. You know what I'm saying? To take the last piece of that puzzle and that last champion, the last kingdom that's standing in America, right? He has to come over there. This ain't Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis didn't have that platform. I keep telling people he's not the same. He would be the one to criticize AJ. But coming from a person that, he didn't know about A-side dominance until he was the guy that actually had to give in to the concessions to fight Holyfield. And he had to do it twice because he got robbed the first time. Why do you think that is? Because, you're coming to a foreign land. But he had to do those type of things because he was not the A-side. He was the Deontay Wilder back in the day that people knew Lennox Lewis, but no one really liked him like that. They didn't really gravitate to him like they did Holyfield and Tyson, like they're doing with Joshua. You got to throw that in there. He came to America. He's here all the time. He's in Jamaica, he's in Miami, he's in New York. He's all over the place. He'll be here Tuesday, okay, after the fight. This coming Tuesday. He'll be here. You know what I mean? And people know who this guy is on Conan O'Brien. Ask Deontay Wilder has ever been on Conan O'Brien. Why hasn't his handler set him up like, hey, we need to promote you. We need to let people know who you are that are not even boxing fans to know who the boxing heavyweight champion is. You know what I'm saying? They need to do that, incorporate promotional things, marketing for this guy, So, yes, Mayweather was absolutely right, and for the record, Mayweather likes Joshua because, Mayweather's in his 40s, early 40s. If you look at Mayweather's attire, he's more of a trendy dressing guy versus how he used to be. You know what I mean? He's not all about really, he's going to stay about the flash because he likes to be in the spotlight. But now he can gel more with a person like Joshua because, he's into more designer things. You know what I'm saying? Movato watches and, different designers. You see him rocking boots that's come up past his knees. People are like, what the hell? What are you, you're in the equestrian team or now? But he's doing that. So he's able to appreciate certain things like Joshua and all these guys wear versus Deontay. Had Mayweather been a younger guy, he probably would gel more towards him like an Adrian Broner. You know what I mean? If you look at the styles these guys wear, it's like a thug versus a businessman, right? If you guys see that video, check it out because I did a video about that, a while back. But, it just shows like they're both A-side. They both know what it's like to make money, respect money, the business aspect of things. You know what I mean? What to do and what not to do. So Floyd got a lot of flack for not fighting Manny. People forget that until he fought Manny and he beat Manny. And then everybody hushed. Nobody said anything. Sure, you had, you had a couple excuses, but not really. It died down. You know what I'm saying? People knew who was who. You know what I mean? And now he stays the A side, and that's how it was. So again, I agree with Mayweather on that topic. Of course, you guys tell me what you think. Please subscribe, leave your comments below, hit the like button, and you guys been counterpunched. Peace.